Hey friends, and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Week. If you're new here, my name is Immy and I like to talk about all things to do with food, cooking from scratch, sustainability, picking up lots of hobbies and different skills, and more recently I've decided to do a low buy year in 2025. So what this means for my What I Eat in a Week is that I'm going to be trying to use up all the food in my cupboards and my fridge, make sure that no food is going to waste, adhering to a budget I set out at the beginning of the month and doing lots of meal planning. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then make sure to subscribe and give the video a like if you did like it. Okay, grab yourself a hot drink, a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like, and let's get into it. Good evening. I'm starting this vlog on a Sunday night because I was just filming a reel for just doing a little update on what I spent that week 6 of my low buy year, and I was about to make a recipe using up stuff that was in my cupboard, and I thought that's what I'm supposed to be doing for YouTube. So I am making a Rainbow Plant Life red lentil curry recipe. It's really simple, it's really straightforward. We have a bunch of almonds that I used for making almond cheese late last year, and I haven't touched them since, and I have a whole jar, and almonds are expensive, so we do not want them to go to waste. I forgot to put them in the freezer. If you put them in the freezer, then nuts and seeds can last a lot longer, like 2 years. I forgot to do that, so I want to use them before they go rancid. I'm sure it's gonna be quite a while yet, like I'm just being overly cautious, but when you spend a bunch of money on something, I want to be careful. So I'm gonna make some almond butter because almond butter goes into this curry, and we also have some red lentils in the cupboard as well, and those two are the main things that actually are quite expensive to buy for this recipe. Everything else is like a can of tomatoes, spices that we already have. I don't even think there's an onion in this, and then some coconut milk, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get the almonds out, toast them, and make some almond butter, and then we will get started on making that red lentil curry for dinner. Good morning. It is very much a snow day today, so I thought I would take this opportunity to do some of the admin stuff that I've been avoiding for a little bit. So I'm going to clean the whole kitchen, clean all of our clothes, and the biggest job is I'm going to empty everything out of the fridge and give that a deep clean. This will give me a good opportunity to bring those items that are sitting at the back of the fridge, kind of maybe forgotten about, or I haven't looked at their sell-by dates for a while, and just make sure that nothing is going to waste, or if it is going to waste, then remove it from the fridge. I'm just gonna finish my coffee and then I think I might just get started. I'm not that hungry yet, but I think after probably an hour of cleaning, I will definitely be ready for some porridge. I think it's also gonna make me realize that my kimchi is pretty much done and it really is time to make some more. It's just such a long process, but it is worth it. Okay, a lot of the cleaning is superficial, so I'm gonna get started with emptying the dishwasher, redo the dishwasher so I have all of the sides clear so I can take everything out of the fridge. We can do this. We can do this. Just think about how good it's gonna feel once it's done, you know? It's really hard to get it done, but then think about what it's gonna be like once it's done. This is what I have to tell myself every single time I do some cleaning. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. When I moved to the US, I had to replace almost all of the sustainable products that I use that I couldn't get here in Colorado, like dishwasher tablets, cleaning products, toothpaste, and so on. And one of the first things we tried were cleaning products from Blue Land. They're so convenient, and we've had the same spray bottle for over 2 years now, as well as the refillable hand soap bottle. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know that choosing products that are eco-friendly and kind to people is really important to me. And Blue Land prioritizes plastic-free, compostable, and recyclable packaging, as well as creating products that are hypoallergenic and sourced from vegan ingredients. Their products are both effective and affordable, and by ordering in bulk or joining their subscription, you can bring the price down of those refills even further, which is especially important to me considering I am very budget focused this year and trying my best to live sustainably as well as frugally. If you're looking to switch to a more eco-friendly and convenient option, then you can get 15% off your first kit with Blue Land by clicking the link at the top of the video description or scanning the QR code on the screen now. Okay, now that the basics have been done, it's really time to get into deep cleaning this kitchen. We've been neglecting our plants a little recently, so we gave them a good bath. And then honestly, after doing the dishwasher, I was already hungry. So I decided to make some oats that were a little bit different this morning. I still had some baking chips left over and some cocoa powder, so I thought, why not make some chocolate porridge? I always see people doing it online and I always think, maybe I will do that one day, and then I never get around to it, so I thought, today's the day. Before I started to clean out the fridge, I decided to start with some bagels because I knew that they would need some time to rise, and it would just help me to be a little bit more efficient with doing something I actually want to do, with doing something that I don't particularly want to do. Making bagels is really easy, and especially after you've done it a couple of times, everything starts to become like muscle memory. I had some everything seasoning in the cupboard, so I thought it would be a really great opportunity to use some of that up. Now, when it comes to cleaning the fridge, I just took absolutely everything out. I don't understand how the fridge gets dirty, really, especially when most of the things I have in there are always in a container. But anyway, I took everything out and I gave all the shelves a good wash. I took out the shelves, which took me quite a while to figure out actually how to get them out. But I cleaned all of them, dried them, and put them back into the fridge. It's amazing how much space you realize you have once you've actually cleared out the things that have actually been finished, or just consolidate things into one container. Once I finished cleaning the fridge and putting everything back, I continued with the bagels, splitting the dough into about 6 balls. I fold the outsides in on themselves, and then I use the surface of my counter to create tension to really help create that ball shape. When my pot of water was at a rolling boil, I just put my thumb and forefinger through the balls of dough to create that signature hole that the bagels have. I boiled them for about 1 minute on each side, which makes them really nice and chewy, and then I put them straight into a bowl of everything seasoning, back onto the baking tray, and then I put them in the oven for about 25 minutes at 425. Honestly, I was so deep into my cleaning and food prepping for today that I decided just to have one of those bagels for my lunch pretty much, and then got straight into meal prepping a vegan tofu palak paneer for dinner. This is another rainbow plant life recipe. I'll put it in the description below. I've made this recipe a bunch of times, especially on this video. And again, I do tend to make some of the same meals because I already have the spices and ingredients in the cupboards, which usually are a bit more expensive up front to buy. And so it makes me just want to go back to those same recipes again and again. Especially recently, my mental health has not been the best, so just so nice to have those comfort meals that you can rely on and fall back on when you just can't be bothered to think about it. Good morning. So my breakfast is slightly different today because I'm trying to use up the things that are in my cupboard. And in my last video, What I Eat in a Week on a Budget, I specifically mentioned that we had a bunch of chia seeds. I didn't actually buy these. My friend who came to stay last September, we did a lot of hikes together, and chia seeds was something that we put in our overnight oats. So she bought a massive bag of them and they've just been sitting in the cupboard. So that's why I've made a chia pudding today instead of porridge. We also have a bunch of walnuts, so I wanted to use those up. Some thick coconut yogurt, which again had in the fridge because I used that to make a tofu tikka masala for part of the marinade. The cocoa June one is really thick and actually helps to bind everything together, so that's why I choose that one. And then we also had some maple syrup that I just wanted to finish. That is why this is my breakfast this morning. I've been having this actually for the past couple of days and I've been really enjoying it. Chia seeds are expensive, so I'm definitely not going to replace those once they're done. And also the coconut yogurt is expensive, and that truly is just mostly for special occasions, but I don't have any plans to make a tofu tikka masala anytime soon. I've probably had that, I don't know, 50 times last year or something ridiculous. Once I finish the walnuts, then we have some hazelnuts that I'll move on to that I'll put in here as well. But yeah, this is a breakfast that's actually been keeping me nice and full and I've been really enjoying it. So we'll see how nice it is now that I finished the maple syrup. Maybe I'll put in some almond butter, some I made yesterday, from tomorrow, so we will see. That morning I also baked a loaf of sourdough that had just been sitting in the fridge for a couple of days, and I had a little bit with some leftover curry for lunch. For dinner I just had a kind of catch-all, whatever was in the fridge, some tofu and some vegetables, and threw it together into a stir fry. As always, I wait too long to eat and I'm always hungry, so I had a bit of bread with some olive oil and balsamic vinegar as well. The next morning I made another loaf of sourdough that was also in the fridge. I make 2 loaves at a time now, or 3, so that I can combine all of the effort into making sourdough into just one day or one process, and then I have sourdough for the rest of the week or the next week. I had the same breakfast again with a chia seed pudding, and just mixing it up and putting different things in there like walnuts, a little bit of agave, and some banana. Today was a big editing day for me, so I was mostly sat at my computer. It was nice to be able to have my chia pudding kind of while I was working, but then I also got a little bit of bread and just honestly ate it plain because I was just a bit strapped for time. And then I made a little bit of pasta for lunch because, again, it's something that was just really quick and easy, and had a bunch of it in the cupboards. I was trying out a few different recipes last weekend, and I actually batch made some of the outrageously good tomato sauce in Nisha Vora's latest cookbook, Big Vegan Flavor. My husband actually made the lasagna from there, the skillet lasagna. I think he made it for us twice, and it was so good, and part of the components was this tomato sauce. So I just made a double batch so that I could have some in the fridge. So I just want to finish eating that. What makes this so delicious is the amount of different herbs in there. You have rosemary, fresh basil, and fresh parsley, and it just makes it so good. So I'm just going to pour this over the hot pasta, heat it up a little bit, put some nutritional yeast on there. Basically eating this to use this up because I think we're getting to the last day that I can use this, and we don't want it to go to waste. I've been editing a video, so I lost track of time, but it's like 2 p.m, so I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna make some lunch. But I also thought I would show you, I am working on the Siri cardigan by Lentil. This is my first cable and moss stitch, and I haven't done either of those before. And this is what it's looking like so far. So I've got some cables, and then I just need to do the sleeves, as well as I've only done the ribbing on the left side, so I need to do the ribbing on the right side and then do the collar as well. I'm very pleased with how it's turning out. Moss stitch is such a pretty stitch. It's basically like doing ribbing, but instead of you having lines like this where you have all the knit stitches and all the pearls, you layer them over. So on the next row you do a knit over a pearl like that, and then it creates this textured moss stitch instead, which is so pretty. Because it is so cold outside and it's snowing and the weather is very unpredictable, it's very important for me to have indoor activities that keep me occupied, that aren't just watching TV and YouTube. So I'm very pleased that I'm really getting into knitting. But I really want to find another skill to learn, another hobby, because I'm just in a very learning mindset. I saw a recipe for lemon pasta with artichokes, and I think I have everything except for lemon, so I might pop out and get a lemon. But I have a can of artichokes that they've just been sitting in there, and I really need to use them. They've been sitting in the cupboard and it's about time. And when I saw this recipe on Instagram, I thought that's a perfect excuse to make an artichoke dish. Also, thank you for everyone who commented on my last video about what to do with this pumpkin. Guys, you've given me so many options. I now have too many options. So we're gonna make something with this probably tomorrow, but I have a few ideas thanks to you. Anyway, I'm gonna pop out and get that lemon so I can make this pasta. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I love lemon anything. Yes. Yes. I basically had a second helping of this for dinner and a bunch more of those biscuits, so That's why I didn't film it. The next day I was again in my editing hole, so I just had a banana first thing, and then I made another batch of oats or porridge for breakfast because we were going to go on a big hike today. We are training for our summer activities, so we're just trying to get outside as much as possible. When we got back from our hike, I just heated up some Palak tofu curry and had that with some rice. And then later on for dinner, I didn't know what to eat. There was some chia pudding left in the fridge, which I should have eaten the day before, but I didn't, so I had some of that. And then I was still hungry, so I just threw together some pesto and pasta, which was so average. Okay, I'm just about to sit down and do some meal planning. Both of our grocery shopping this month has been a little unhinged and hasn't been planned at all. So we've definitely gone over budget already, but that's fine. It is what it is. So today I'm going to sit down and do some meal planning, and I'm going to do a whole meal plan or food prep for the week video. That's going to be actually the next video that goes live on Sunday. So if you are interested in a full meal prep video, how I do that, make sure to subscribe if you want to, and give the video a like if you liked it, so that it really helps my channel. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing the different things that I've been eating, trying to use things up in the cupboard. Cleaning out the fridge was a really, really good way to just see what we have left, what needs to be eaten, what might have gone off, and basically what not to buy next time. It's also just so nice having a fully clean fridge because it feels like it's just like a fresh start. So now when I do this meal plan, when I go and buy all the ingredients for the food that I need for that meal plan or the food prep, now there's actual space in the fridge and the fridge is clean. So we can just put things straight in there. Okay, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Sunday for the next video. Okay, bye.